So, here's how they fucked me the most. Candace actually fucked me the most by not telling the truth about what happened at her house. She didn't come forward about that. She was afraid for her kids, obviously. Afraid of becoming homeless, obviously. She went out of her way to be as fucking cunty as she could in texting. All of these people did. And then by the time they finally talked to me on the phone, they're so fucking crazy from fucking taking shit wrong in texting and assuming that their assumptions are correct. No, that's why they're called assumptions, you fucking moron. So when I threatened the President of the United States, they used that to prevent me from getting a PR bond. I could not have gone to all my court dates. There's no way in hell. I literally had to break the law to try to save money while I was in jail. To protect myself from being financially forbidden from going to fucking court. 7 different court dates just in Larimer County for them to continue. Now you consider it cost me $300 every one of those court dates. That's $2,100 just to show up. Because I have to see the public pretender who doesn't show up. I have to go to the actual court date where they just continue it and refuse to look at evidence. And then I got to make the trip to go see the investigator who also doesn't show up. My public pretenders weren't interested in any of the evidence of what was happening to me. They were interested in getting evidence they could use to frame me. The public pretenders already knew what was up. The shit that they pulled in Arapahoe County was pre-planned. The shit that they did at the Boulder County Hospital was pre-planned. The shit that they pulled at the Longmont Hospital was pre-planned. The shit that Amanda Jonas pulled with the Secret Service and Brian Valenzuela taking a whole goddamn bag of evidence away from me was pre-planned. They had already decided my guilt because of what happened in the news. They took advantage of my financial inability to defend myself, my physical inability to defend myself, my mental inability to defend myself without someone present, and they entrapped me. That is against the law. There's a guy named Darren O'Connor, supposed to be some sort of human rights activist. Now, I believed his bullshit until he helped out everybody but me. When 2 black men were assaulted in Boulder, Colorado, he posted the shit out of that. When something happened to a woman in Colorado, he posted the shit out of that. Even made calls for her. This woman lives in a house. The first black man lives in a house. They have access to resources. When I was assaulted by the very same officers, he didn't do shit. He took a couple of pictures of my wrist and then said, well, that's good enough. Now, he said that he was put at risk for helping me that one day. That one day. How is he more at risk for helping me than he is for these two black men? And if it's a racial issue, then why did this happen to a white girl too? That's what I want to fucking know. It's assumed poverty. They see a black man, they assume he's broke. They see a man with a backpack, they assume he's broke. Pretty easy to do. But because these two men were black, they're more worth fighting for than I am. Because this was a woman. She is more worth fighting for than I am. And none of them have the public threatening to fucking kill them over slander. So Darren O'Connor took the time to apparently take a few of these cases and put them together and submit them. But magically he left mine out of it. Can you imagine why? I was prevented from even going to court. You know how fucked up that is? And then Amanda Jonas, in her police report, she didn't write down facts. She wrote down her opinions. Opinions based on only listening to one side. And she omitted a great many things that I had to say. She was only listening for the things that she could use to try to cover the wrongdoing of her fellow officers. She also outright lied. Now that evidence in that bag needed to be presented in court. It was prevented from going to court because of Officer Michael Valenzuela stealing it from out of county. He's from Arapahoe County. He stole that evidence in Longmont, which is Boulder County. And the Secret Service never bothered to look at any of it. Is this a country I really want to live in? Fuck no! I'm not a human being to you fucking people! If I'm not human, then kill me! If you're not gonna kill me, fight for my rights!